Hello, beautiful people. Hello. Welcome back to an all-new episode of Point of View. We're here to catch you up on all the latest hot topics that's been trending on your timelines. Coming up on today's show, if you're overweight and planning to come to America, you might want to think twice. A new directive under Donald Trump's administration could ban overweight foreigners from entering the U.S. Okay. And later, girlfriend's guide Coco Austin sparked a major debate after breastfeeding her daughter until she was 6 years old. Turns out this might be more common than you think. Here to help us break it all down are our amazing co-hosts, Ree and Crystal.
Hey.
So grab a seat, join the discussion. You're watching POV. So apparently, the Trump administration has rolled out new State Department guidance saying that overweight people could be denied immigrant visas. Basically, if you're considered obese, you might not be allowed to enter the United States at all. They're grouping obesity in with things like cancer, diabetes, and mental health disorders, saying these applicants could end up being a burden on the American taxpayer. Supporters say it's about protecting resources, but a lot of folks feel like it's crossing some serious lines. What do you think?
First of all, if you just look at the world, right?
Yes.
Which country have the most obesity people?
Okay.
Okay, it's us.
That part.
When I go to the doctor, baby, they tell me I'm obese. So he might try to kick me out next.
I think the crazy part about it is when we talk about obesity, first of all, they're judging off of unrealistic body types and BMI. You know, normally when, this is going off of like the average white supposed BMI or something like that. So, I mean, all of us, I'm the smallest that I've ever been in my adult life. Yeah. And I'm overweight. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's scaring me in this situation, because, I mean, like, what is there going to be a specific BMI that is considered overweight? Because if you're just going off of just the broadness of obesity, we're all obese.
Literally.
All of us. Well, I look at it in a sense of...
Raquel don't know that she's obese, baby.
She doesn't know.
You 5'1", just like me, baby.
I got it.
But in real life, you are fit. But on their standards, baby,
you are obese.
I checked.
Yeah.
I checked. And I will tell you, there was a point because I did understand that if you're above like 32, you're in 42, regardless, that does signify that you're obese, according to whatever standards they have decided sets the standard, right? So I do understand that, but I know part of that is like, you had said earlier that we're thick.
Literally.
That, as Black women, we do have a thickness, and that doesn't necessarily mean we're overweight. That just means we got strong legs, strong body parts.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. But when we really think about it, for all other countries, we are the only country that has to pay for healthcare.
That's crazy.
We are the only country that actually charges for public healthcare. Yeah. And then they put Medicaid in place to say, we're giving you something. Every other country, including Canada, healthcare is free. So no one's rushing here because they want the healthcare system here. Literally. If anything, this system has failed a lot of people, including myself. Yeah. So this is not something that I would rush here for. And you're thinking like, okay, this is helping with the taxpayer dollar. No, it's helping your dollar because at the end of the day, we're paying for all of these conglomerates to have all of the things that they have. And you're making it seem like the BMI or body mass index was created for every culture.
Right.
Our bone mass is a lot heavier than the white girl with blue eyes and blonde hair. It was created for her. It wasn't created for us. As Africans, it's natural for us to be voluptuous with curves. That's natural. White women don't have curves. They're flat back.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness.
Come on. Let's talk real things here.
I was a flat back one day, too, and
you know what?
God had other plans for me.
In America, our food is not even good food.
Oh, right.
Nope.
Not even just by the taste.
Yes.
It's just really not healthy for us Americans. all these other countries, the same ingredients on the same pack is totally different.
Yes.
Very.
So they're
And
using
portions.
correct.
Very.
So they're using all of this stuff and feeding that to us, giving us diabetes and everything else of that nature, which some countries don't even, they banned it or they don't even use it.
Yeah.
But then you want to talk about health.
Yeah.
Anything just to feel superior or just to keep people out of our country, he's just making up.
Yeah.
That's
I
just
feel
weird.
I was listening to Fox News about, food, which they just happened to come across a timeline or something, right? And they were talking about pasta.
Yeah.
So they pasta, in Italy, France, or wherever you're eating it in Europe, it doesn't put weight on you. They say you eat pasta here, boom, they say the weight goes right on you. And this is a white woman who was talking about the food. I was very surprised that we would hear that on Fox, but we did.
Yeah.
That the food is just not up to par here for health purposes.
I've gone to Austria, I've gone to Rome, and I'm going to Scotland. And every single one of those countries, high fructose corn syrup is not allowed. Red dye, yellow dye, not allowed. Their M&Ms are not even the same color.
Wow.
Their chicken is smaller. Their meat is smaller. When you eat, they eat big plates, family style, and you don't get full. You're not
No
full.
MSG.
See?
None of that. And then you come back home, even the soda. Like their Fanta is light orange. It's not orange like ours. So everything is different. Their eating habits are different. Everyone walks. They literally exercise all day. And this is in different countries and different places. And then we come back home and I look like a roly-poly. Like, come on. Don't act like this is such an opportunity.
That's why I don't believe none of that organic stuff that be in there. I don't believe nothing. I believe everything is touched with and messed with. If you didn't grow it from your yard, then I don't believe it.
And even if you grew it in your yard, if you're not controlling the soil and the water,
And the water.
exactly,
Correct.
you're screwed either way. I don't waste money on organic either, honey, because I found out a while back, and I don't know if that's still the standard today, but organic at one point kind of just meant that like they were kind of controlling the way that it was grown. So it was like, with LED lights and different things like that. Not that it's just like pure and untouched. And listen, honey,
No.
don't worry about it.
Yeah.
My doctor told me, why are you buying organic foods? They could just blow it. Someone an organic farmer can be next to, a farmer who uses pesticides and everything else, and it blows over, no longer organic. And then that's a whole nother situation. But
My God.
this is what we have. In other news, moving on to our next topic, social media star Brene Kennard, who has nearly 3 million followers, has just been ordered to pay a whopping $1.75 million after a North Carolina jury found her liable under the Alienation of Affection law, which allows a spouse to hold someone else responsible for interfering in their marriage. This story has just passed TikTok drama. The story is now court ruling and payouts that are very real.
Listen,
I love it.
I followed this, right? Because it is a lot of tea. When you got your own drama, you want to read everybody else's tea. Okay. So I followed hers. Her case is just like Fantasia. They call it the homewrecker law.
Wow.
Where only in North Carolina can you do this, that you can sue and say that you're the reason that my livelihood is gone, my divorce failed. You can sue for all of that.
Wow.
But here's the thing. You sued a TikToker for won $1.75 million. Winning is a quarter of that battle. Being paid
Oh, that's a whole nother thing.
is the whole nother thing. You're not gonna see a dollar of that money, baby.
I think
She is broke.
But TikTokers don't be broke.
She is broke.
Uh-oh.
She is broke.
That's what it said on there?
She is broke.
Oh, because
She's
broke.
representing
She's not
herself in court,
1.75
so
million
maybe.
rich.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, just give me what you got.
Honestly, TikTok, like, okay, you can make good money, like 5 figures a month, 6 figures a month, but you have to be able to tap into that money first.
Yeah.
Just because she makes that doesn't mean that you're entitled to that. They can say that she's indigent, or she can file indigency where she can't afford it. There's so many different ways around this circle.
Well, I hope that this wife or ex-wife now, whichever, is able to cash in on that and get her money, because at the end of the day, people need to learn to stay out of people's holy matrimony.
Yes.
Well, it's not just her
To
though,
respect
because they
marriage.
were friends. The husband, she went and y'all been friends together, doing things together. You and your husband with your friend and her husband, and you start dating her husband, and then y'all two leave or go wherever y'all are going. Then y'all move in together. Now we're a whole happy family.
Wow.
So the husband should have been sued too, but you sued her.
You know,
You should have sued him
The
too.
husband didn't have nothing because the husband was probably mooching off the wife money in the first place.
oh my God. This is very shocking to hear because I'm like, okay, I talk about this in my book, Falling Up, The Unstoppable Journey of a Tear. You can get it on Amazon. And I talk about this because I'm like, if this was the case, man, I would have made me a lot of money. You know, this again, I talk about
it may not be the past the statute of limitations.
I was like, maybe I better get on top of this right here.
Okay.
But then the problem comes to me like this. A man can't go, your spouse can't go anywhere if they don't want to. I mean, they won't go, and if they don't, nobody can come and just snatch your spouse and say, she took my husband, or he took, whatever. No one can just say that. So how does that work? That's what I don't understand.
Well, that's because some of these lawmakers were pretty nifty, honey, and there's legislation that supports it. So at the end of the day, yes, we know technically you cannot take someone where they don't want to go. This man was not kidnapped. He didn't fall that thing on accident. But at the end of the day, the wife was smarter than them, and now hopefully she's able to get this money and I hope the lady do some deliverance prayer and get the curse off her life sleeping with the married man. Okay,
that's right. They need to do this in California. Obviously, I guess it happens so much.
California got too much laws, baby. They got to go.
They don't have this one. I can tell
the
you
home
that.
record law. Fantasia, I think hers ended up getting dismissed.
Wow.
Yeah.
After being dragged out for so long, but by then she was in attorney debt.
Well, was Fantasia the one who was suing the other woman?
No, the woman
wife
sued
was
her
suing
because
her.
Fantasia
remember
was
that.
it was the same state, North Carolina.
One thing I do like in North Carolina, they're making a point to say respect marriage, unless you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only are you paying for it financially, you're already paying for it just committing adultery in your heart.
Yeah.
Do you not know how bad that is?
But they're making her literally pay.
We have to take a quick commercial break, but don't you move, Girlfriend's Guide, an unpopular opinion, and coming up right after this, so stay tuned. You're watching POV. Welcome back, and now it's time to get into all things love, life, relationships, and everything in between. Let's get into Girlfriend's Guide. Well, this one is sparking a lot of debate. Coco Austin is defending breastfeeding her daughter Chanel until age 6, saying it's a special bonding moment. Back in 2021, Coco made headlines for the same reason, and Ice-T jumped in to defend her, reminding everyone that their daughter also eats food. Okay. She just enjoys the comfort of breastfeeding. So, ladies, whether you have children or not, what age do you think is appropriate to stop breastfeeding?
1, because by 2, you already running around. You're not going to be running around hopping on me.
Okay, so I have 4.
That's right.
My oldest my oldest and my youngest, I attempted breastfeeding. Baby, their gums feel like razors. No. So you are breastfeeding a child with 37,000 teeth in their mouth. Like, come on. Like, after 2 years old, we're gonna go ahead and sever that cord right there.
Wow.
Like, that's weird. That's weird.
It's a little difficult. Yeah. It's interesting, but I mean, I can't say that it's weird because it is common in a lot of other countries. I have 3 children of my own, and I breastfed them all to about 2 years. It is bonding. My children very rarely, if ever, and they're also not vaccinated, don't ever get sick. The most they'll have is a little sniffle or something, and by the time you go to the store to get cough medicine, baby, it's gone. So I thank God for that. And I think there are a lot of benefits to breastfeeding. But what I will say is little iced tea.
Exactly.
That's the daddy face. Okay?
Right there.
That's so funny. Like, it's funny.
Hilarious. She's oh my gosh. The internet has ridden her for years. The poor baby. She cute now though.
But I thought that was a joke. When I first saw it, I was like, there's no way, like, it was
that this baby looked like her dad like that.
That's too much. That's just too much.
Yeah, they could put her on Law and Order.
Yes.
But what I will say is that even then, but now, in her older pictures, she has really, really strong teeth. So I think that her mom was
her mom does too though.
But her mom was doing something right because typically breast milk is so sweet that once you continue to breastfeed kids when they have, teeth like that, it really can like decay the teeth. So, so the mom was doing something right now. She knew what she was doing. The baby, you ain't see no silver cap.
You heard when you said you stopped breastfeeding?
Yeah.
How old?
2 years.
Exactly. She was 6.
Okay, but my mom breastfed.
She was in first grade by this point.
Almost to 4. My sister was a genius too now.
What grade was your sister in at 4?
She was in pre-K.
She was in pre-K. Okay, at 6, we are going to the 2nd grade.
No, ma'am.
Come on now. Like no. Come on. I have no problem with breastfeeding. Just look
a little icy.
I have no problem with breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Breastfeeding is amazing for children.
Yeah.
The little bit that I got, that whole quarter of a nipple, I held on to it for dear life. I get it. But come on, at a certain point, you don't need that for bonding, baby. Yeah. If you got to use that for bonding, then to me, you're doing something wrong. Because bonding is bonding. It doesn't have to necessarily be nurturing from the breast. That is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of countries in Asia, Africa, they breastfeed between 3 to 4 years old. But in America, we're mostly like 1 to 2. But I mean, I don't want to judge this, but when I hear something like this, I'm thinking 6 years old. Now, look, I don't know about the breastfeeding and what it can do and why it, is so great after, 2 or 3 years old. I mean, just 6 years old to me just seems a little excessive.
Yeah.
And it seems a little weird at that age, A girl, even a boy, a boy at that age, now that would be like...
Yeah, that would be a bit...
But even a girl, but then I'm like, why are people in this woman's business, right? I understand she's on social media, she's putting it out there, but does it matter? It's her business. Why is anyone chiming in on this and then turning it into a spectacle?
Yeah,
if she didn't want anyone to chime in on it, then you don't share it with social media.
That makes
But
sense.
I think people judge it so much also because they have a lack of self-control and don't normally live healthy lifestyles themselves. Most people, if we're just being honest, people that I know who have stopped breastfeeding or didn't want to, do it in the first place was really for the personal, selfish reasons, wanting to drink or smoke or do things like that would not benefit the baby.
Yeah.
So I would assume if she was breastfeeding her child, for 6 years, I assume she was living a very healthy lifestyle. Sure. The baby is super smart. If we think about children in other countries, like even Asia, like you mentioned, that, have been breastfed, between 4 to 5 years.
Right.
I mean, come on. Their IQ compared to ours, let's stop playing games. Maybe people need to pull that titty out and put that 6-year-old kid back on it.
Okay.
You might
Let's take a look at what Coco had to say about all of this.
By a year, full, solids. It was more of a bonding experience and then more of okay, I'll give you the milk, but it was more like she wanted to be around me. So I was like, I'm going to let her stop when she wants to stop. She's not going to be 16 on my boob.
Right.
She's going to eventually figure out, okay, this is kind of strange or weird and stop. And that happened around.
So even though, so she think it was strange and weird her own self.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna let her stop when she wants to stop.
But we
Got
gotta
it.
remember, Coco didn't have this baby in her 20s now.
She didn't have all her marbles either, but it's okay.
Oh, Lord.
It's okay. I said what I said.
Oh, okay.
Well, look at that little iced tea.
That's very different for me to hear. I don't know. Okay. I had something else to say, but I forgot. Moving into our final segment of the day, let's get into unpopular opinion. A millionaire CEO recently fired 2 employees for cheating on their partners, saying it broke trust and could affect her workplace culture. She argues if someone can cheat in love, what's stopping them from cheating at work? Take a look.
One of the things I've gotten so much criticism of online was when I publicly shared a TikTok about firing somebody because I found out that she was cheating on her significant other, and the other person also had a significant other. And as soon as I found out about it, I terminated both of them immediately.
Wait, someone was cheating with someone in the company?
Yeah.
Oh, and they both had partners?
Both had partners outside of the company. As soon as I caught wind of it, it wasn't even like a split second decision.
So you'd fire someone for cheating?
If they're going to cheat on the person that they're supposed to spend the rest of their life with, do you think that they're cheating on their work? That person is a liability to the environment. One of the things I've gotten so much criticism of.
What?
Is this another chapter in
Yes,
your book?
that's right. I write about this in
I got to go.
The Unstoppable Journey of a Tear, T-E-E-R. You can get it on Amazon. I do talk about this because, I mean, this is part of my life,
Yes,
things that
yes.
affected me.
No, I'm saying,
Yes, yes.
I'm saying it's your story, it's your journey. Like, tell it.
Y'all hear this? Y'all hear this? So, but
I'm getting that book tonight.
But you get it.
I promise you.
Get that. Y'all get it too. Okay, get that book tonight. I talk about this because this is something that, people experience, and I feel the same way that she feels, because being in a music business, you see how people treat each other. You see how people treat artists. You see how people treat in general.
Yeah.
And I learned from watching these men, if they don't treat their women well, the women that they have chosen to say they love and they're going to have children with and be with, if they don't have this type of fidelity or integrity, they're not going to have it to me. And I noticed this even in relationships that I have been around, even in my own. If you can't treat that person right, you can't be faithful, and you're cheating, you have already shown the inclination that this is part of your character makeup, and you're going to do it somewhere to me as well.
And that's so interesting when you said that. It made me think about that scripture. I think I'm saying it right. That says when you're faithful over little, that God will give you much, and so that's just like interesting to even think about it. But so many different aspects of our life, people discredit and don't think that they directly correlate or coincide and come together. And so I truly believe that all things, as the Bible says, but all things are working together. They're all, connected in some type of way. And I feel like, this employer, to me, that is like the epitome of integrity, like letting people know, hey, it may not be out yet. Everybody doesn't know about it, but I know about it and I'm not okay with it. And you cannot be a part of my team.
Yeah.
That's right.
I did like when she said that they could possibly be a liability.
Sure.
Because you literally can. And it can cause a big problem. But I do not 100% agree that just because they're cheating on their spouse, they can't be whatever at work, because some people take other things so serious and don't take a spouse serious, even though that's dead wrong. But some people that's really how they move. They will give 100% to their job and go over and beyond, but literally treat the man or the woman like whatever. So it's like, I don't think 100% that.
Yeah, but even in that, I feel like it's only a matter of time. Maybe they can keep up that facade up for a while, but it's only a matter of time before there's a break in that, that facade, realistically, because even the Bible says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So, you know what I'm saying? You may be able for a while to act like you got it all going on, but eventually you're going to crack and it's going to spill over into the workplace. So I think that was a good call.
Yeah.
From a corporate standpoint, it's the morale. It's the morale behind it. So I run a corporation too, right? And on the liability side, it is a liability. Because one, you don't know the position these two people play. This person can be an upper level executive. She can be a lower level. They are now in cahoots. That is the easiest way to break a system.
Yeah.
Right? So you have too much in-house information. You're cheating with each other. So really and truly, that questions the morale of those two people.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to also be honest when you're working with my business, when you're working with my money, when you're ordering for me, when you're hiring and firing? It all goes to the same place.
Yeah.
And when you think about it now, we even, as an owner, I even police social media. What you do on social media correlates to real life. I don't take that, oh, it's just for show. It's not. Because you have to have the mindset to actually do that. Either you're doing it in real life or you're not doing it in real life and you're putting on a show. So that tells me that you're a great actor. There's a lot behind it. So if you'll cheat at work, you'll cheat on me, you'll cheat on my documents, you're gonna bring my corporation down. You're a huge liability for me.
Now that is true. So I take all that back 100%. I agree with her.
And put that in the chapter of your book on Amazon.
That's a wrap for today's episode. But before we go, we will leave you with the quote for the day. Take care of your well-being today, and tomorrow will thank you. Thanks for hanging out with us on POV. And don't forget, you can catch us Monday through Friday on AFROTV.